Have you ever wondered what would happen if you take a group that's played exclusively Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition and invite them to try a different game? Each week, I'm learning a new game system, prepping an adventure, and teaching it to my friends. It's not going to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes. And yes, we have a wiener dog that tries to disrupt us. Hi, Murray. But that's why they call us Tabletop in Training. Nice. Today, we are playing Call of Cthulhu by Chaosium Inc. We also have our special surprise guest outside of our usual crew, Joseph. Yippee! What you need to play this game is your standard set of polyhedral dice. The primary die you will be rolling is D100. How this works is when I call for some type of either skill or attribute test, you roll D100 and you want to get equal to or below your value. If it is a more challenging endeavor, I may call for your hard success, which is going to be the box in the middle. This should be half of the value to its left. I will not call for an extreme success, which is 1/5 the value. But if you get an extreme success, sometimes good things happen. So shout that out when it occurs.
So if the number we roll is below, or is it equal to and below or just below?
Equal to and below. Absolutely.
Are you looking at something right now?
The numbers, Mason.
Do you,
Is there like a page I can look at? Or...
Do you not have a character sheet?
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn, we've been talking about the characters for how long? You remember why we were laughing at you?
Yes, I have it out. I'm good.
Amazing.
She chose her character like 30 seconds ago, so
everybody does have a character and a character sheet available. Amazing. Great. In addition, there may be times where you have a bonus or a penalty die. What this means is that you roll the tens place die twice and take either the higher if you are at penalty or the lower if you are at bonus. Now, if it's a skill that you have a very, very low value on, like single digits or actually just single digits, and you got a 0, but the ones place would be above your skill range. Like if you have a 5% and you roll a 7, you can reroll the ones die. I don't know that that'll happen, but we're in your favor. Honestly, that's all the stuff. So we're going to get started. First, I would like everyone to introduce their characters.
Brooklyn.
Was looking like okay.
The one who just picked her character.
Okay. Oh. Hello, everyone. I'm Jesse Williams. I'm from Boston, but I can't do a Boston accent, so I've been assimilated into a different culture. I am a history student. Who is anyone here teach history? What did you two teach again?
Languages.
Archaeology.
Okay, so I probably took some archaeology classes, so you know who I am.
Now with me, if you're from Boston.
Oh.
That's just where she's from.
I'm
okay.
from Boston. I assumed that we were all at the same university. I don't know. I've been taught by both of you, but I'm not specifically one of your students. I'm 20 years old, so I can't legally drink.
That's
Um,
Prohibition era. No one can legally drink.
oh. Well, then I definitely illegally drink for sure. Um, and yeah, I'm a badass. I have a pocket Bible on me at all times. I love my mom. I'm always dressed very fashionably. And yeah, that's really it. I'm a bad bitch and I look exactly like Jesse, except I'm not black because that I can't do that. So I'm a
Good
white
call.
girl.
Amazing.
I'll go. I am JG Wentworth Avebury. I added the JG part, but it is canon. Um, I am a professor, a linguistics professor. It doesn't say, it says I live in Arkham, which I don't know where Arkham is in like the lore. Massachusetts?
Hmm.
Okay.
The most horrifying place known to man.
Yeah, so that's where I live. Um, so I guess I can't work at Oxford. I don't know how we're connecting that.
You're a transfer.
I'm a transfer. I'm doing my residency or something at Oxford.
Perfect.
Uh, I am a professor guy. I've got like a tweed jacket, I think, but it's very worn. Like I'm obviously not like a high up. Like I feel like I'm at like the low ranks of the faculty, which makes sense if I'm a transfer. Um, I am. I got a mustache and a monocle, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And I like a quiet woodland space where I can listen to the birds and relax with a good book.
Wow.
That's what it says on my character sheet.
That's beautiful.
Amazing.
I can go next. My name is Elias Danforth. I am a antiquarian. I collect bits and baubles. I'm very into occult themed little trinkets. Bits, baubles, and trinkets are my go-tos. I'm probably some sort of expert that the college would bring in to if for artifacts and that were found in studies. A bit of a gangly man who very sunken eyes, does not sleep much. Dress clothes, but most of it is covered by an oversized trench coat kind of thing that is worn, tattered, and it's rarely ever sitting still, always moving, looking at something in the room, fidgeting with finding a book, looking through it, anything, always moving, constantly looking, terrified, but not calm, but terrified.
Thank you, Elias.
Hello, chaps. The name's Sir Norman Oakes. Professor of Archaeology at Oxford University. I work very closely with the British Museum. We are not thieves. We just take what is ours.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
It's the 20s. That's appropriate.
Elias, what was your last name?
Danforth.
Danforth.
Okay, great. Two things. One, we are going to take a couple minute break at some point so I can let Murray outside. You guys can use the bathroom if you need to, get snacks, water, whatever. And two, this module says it takes 1 to 3 sessions, depending on you guys. So
God,
it's kind of
5
a matter of
sessions?
how much investigation you want to do before moving on to the next step. I've got a little timeline of the adventure. Just measure with heart. If you need a kick in the pants, I might give you a kick in the pants. The goal is to find the conclusion and solve this mystery by the end of the evening. like I said, we're in the 1920s. The Great War has ended. Prohibition has started. And we are in Arkham, Massachusetts.
Oh, not Oxford.
Hifrock Conference.
Each of you know one another, and you have been recently contacted by Rupert Merriweather. An aging man, but one you've known for quite some time. Merriweather is unwell and seems not long for this world. He has asked you to meet him at St. Mary's Teaching Hospital at 1 o'clock on Thursday. You haven't seen him for quite some time, so this urgent summons appears to be quite important. Perhaps he has something to tell you before he dies. And it is at this hospital where we begin. St. Mary's is located in downtown Arkham, adjacent to the historic Miskatonic University. The hospital boasts the latest in modern equipment for the 20s, as well as modern techniques, including some of the best medical practitioners on the eastern seaboard. The information desk in the main lobby provides you directions to Merriweather's private third-floor room. As you enter, you see a bedridden Rupert Merriweather engaged with 2 other visitors who appear to be grieving, likely his wife and son, by the resemblance to the younger man and the pain on the face of the woman. They look at you a bit confused at the disturbance into this very private family moment, but Rupert coughs and bids you enter while politely telling his family to give you some space. He looks up at you on his bed, features worn and gaunt, a thin sheen of sweat across his body. Well, it's been a long time since I've seen you, crew.
Old friend.
I feel old.
You look it, too.
I needed that. I bet you're wondering why I've called you here. In my youth... No, Norman, don't make a joke about my age. In my youth, I and some fellow students became involved in what we believed to be an innocent exploration of the occult. Led by an older man named Marion Allen, the 6 of us purchased an old farmhouse a few miles west of Arkham, near the village of Ross's Corners. There, we could conduct seances and other psychic research in privacy. Alas, our work had unforeseen results. Our last experiment summoned an evil force into this world. Instead of attempting to expel the thing, we were afraid and abandoned the old house, confident that the magic that brought the evil to this world would also keep it confined, or send it back after a short while. However, I have since discovered that the spell that binds the entity to the house lasts only as long as the casters live. I'm the last of the group, and I fear that upon my death, the thing will go free and wreak havoc on the folks thereabout.
I'm too old, too ill, and too much a coward to go back to that house and banish it myself. I'm guilty of many things, but my deepest sin was unleashing that horror that fateful night. I am convinced the entity will escape its confinement on my death. Take this box. He gestures weakly towards a very plain tin metal box on the nightstand beside his bed. All the aid I can offer you lies within. You must find the courage to send this thing back to where it came. You must see that this is done. Do it for me, please.
Can I open the box?
Yeah, you reach over and open the box, and inside is a neatly folded paper that's kind of weathered with age, a key, a bound, rolled up sheet of paper, and a strange sarcophagus-shaped container covered with hieroglyphics. As you pull these items out and kind of take that moment to gather what's the contents of the box, Rupert starts to cough very, very hard, doubling up, groaning, coughing more, and you see as he's trying to cover, little flecks of red pepper his hand and the bed sheet.
I would say, like, save your strength, old friend. If you believe that you need to live as long as you can. Save your strength and rest.
Thank you.
And he reaches shakily towards the little cup of water and takes a couple sips and tries to force some down in between coughs. But it seems the more that he tries to steady himself, the more the spasming gets. I need each of you to give me a sanity roll. So
We're
now
just
roll
aiming to get below our sanity on our stats.
Yep, take the D100 roll, and your goal is equal to or below your sanity stat.
Well, I rolled a 98, so that's not happening.
Wow. I rolled a 93.
Oh no.
Bunch of fucking rookies. I got a 42, and I'm good.
28.
Okay.
2 professors.
Yeah, you're fucking... Wait.
The sight strikes the two professors more so than the younger crowd.
It's because
And
I was clutching my Bible in my pocket.
your badass pocket Bible.
Yeah.
Marion and I went really far back, so I mean this is especially, hard for me.
Yeah. So you do you go by JG? Do you go by Wentworth? How are you addressed?
JG is good.
Okay. JG
No,
and
just J. Say J.
Awesome.
Just Jay.
Jay and Norman, you both lose 1 point of sanity.
So under current, do I write 59 now instead of 60? Okay.
Hey, 60 is my sanity.
Yep. Your sanity is a resource akin to hit points.
Okay.
It can be restored, but not easily.
I assume in future rolls, whenever we roll sanity, we want to roll below our current and not our...
Yep. You will want to be rolling below your current value. Exactly.
Elias is immediately fiddling with that sarcophagus. I actually am skilled in hieroglyphics. So can I try to? Oh, let's leave the room. Let's give him some space, not do it here, stress him out.
Yeah,
But
and as you are, taking these items from Norman, who looks just stricken by what he's seeing, Rupert's wife and son come rushing back into the room with a nurse in tow, wearing the classic Nurse Joy hat and pink dress with the white as well. And you are kind of ushered out of the space as they start tending to your dear friend Rupert.
yeah, and Elias is just shakily hold. How large is the sarcophagus?
It is the tin box is probably a little bit longer than a keyboard, and the sarcophagus inside would be maybe a couple inches shorter than that,
A keyboard with or without a number pad?
with a numpad.
Okay,
So
okay.
like pretty long.
Uh-huh. And then so then the keyboard is the pretty much the okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, and with very shaky hands holding it, tracing it, studying the hieroglyphics, seeing if there's anything, spotting anything hidden, and trying to read the hieroglyphics as well.
Yeah, please give me your choice of history or archaeology.
Could I make a hieroglyphics check?
Not at this
Okay.
juncture.
History or
Would-
archaeology? Okay, I will go archaeology.
If I am fairly skilled in archaeology, would I be able to assist in this? I don't know how that works.
There were no rules in the rules about how to assist another player. I will say roll with a bonus die, Josh.
Oh, right. Okay, so the first one's a success, but let's see if we can crit. There's a 42 under 60 or a 2 under 60,
Whoa!
which is a critical success under 12.
Okay.
Holy
These
shit.
are hieroglyphics on the exterior of the box, clearly Egyptian from the Middle Kingdom. However, as you fiddle and open and inspect, the lid is not particularly secure on the sarcophagus and comes off with ease. And there are different symbols on the inside. They are clearly not Egyptian hieroglyphic. You've come across these before. They're weird, and there really is no direct translation or understanding of these on the interior. They are believed by some occultists to be of the language of the lost Pacific continent of Mu. That's what's on the inside. The exterior, you're able to read more or comprehend better. It seems to be very warded, protected, some detailing danger should it be opened. However, the sarcophagus is empty.
If I had to guess, this is
Opens up.
likely what bound it before.
Found it.
Rupert.
You mean you believe his story?
Believe anything in this world.
I believe that Rupert has something that he's traumatized by in whatever house that was, but his tale of unleashing some evil, that seems like poppycock to me.
It's always good to have a non-believer in the group.
I mean, the devil is everywhere.
This is worse
You-
than the devil child.
Aren't you getting an education?
We have failed her as professors.
I suppose, though, we should go check it out. At the very least, it's his dying wish.
I feel the same. If in his
Josh.
last moments... Oh, sorry.
Josh, to further respect that crit, it will take more time to fully decipher the hieroglyphs on the outside, but if you choose to do so, I will give you further bonus.
Okay. I think at some point I would ask, I'm sure I have some sort of, we could either go to the library and find books on hieroglyphics to fully translate, or I might have some in my personal collection, I'm sure.
Yeah. Sorry,
I
Joseph,
also-
please continue.
Oh, I was just going to add to that. I'm also a language professor. I might have something maybe like in my office, because one of my areas of study is specifically Egyptian hieroglyphics. So I would assume that I would probably have something in my office that might help us out.
I understand why we know each other now.
Yeah, my specialties are Latin, Greek, hieroglyphics, and English.
I got
English
Latin too.
feels- All right.
I have hieroglyphics too. We're fucking covered.
I have no languages other than English, and I feel like I'm the oddball here. Like, you guys are like these older, gruff, like whatever, and I'm like, hey y'all, I'm a 20-year-old student. Like, I don't really know why I'm here.
I'm
Like,
35. I'm not that old.
I'm
That's
48.
old as shit, dude.
I'm like 60.
I both
but
look
as-
older and younger than 48 at the same time, though. It's like if I said I'm 65, if I say I'm 30, you believe both of them.
as I was saying to Josh that, hold on, Elias. I'm sure Rupert has his demons, and I'm sure they're somewhere in that house. I'm willing to go there as his dying wish. If he wants to be cryptic or maybe is just not right in the head, I'm willing to go there and help him clean up whatever it is that he needs done, but I don't expect to find anything more than that. I've known Rupert a long time, and I feel like I would have known about this if it had really been relevant before.
Eli's just still studying the piece, just nods silently, just the slightest smile.
If I may, I understand what you're saying, Professor. But there is evil in this world. But I'm not trying to disagree with you. I'm just saying, let's still at least be cautious when we go. I mean, because if he is telling the truth and there's some kind of devil demon in there, I don't want to die.
Of
So
course, I
even
think
if
we
you're
should be cautious.
skeptical, still be cautious.
I mean, I'm going to a house that I've never been to in a place I've never seen. I think caution is the right course of action.
Great.
Josh, your character is a student as well, correct?
No, I am a antiquarian for I have a
Okay.
local my own shop. I'm likely a
Okay.
contact if there's expert in the area.
There is one other rule that I forgot to mention. When you use a skill successfully, put a check mark next to that skill. Only the first time.
Oh, that's what that's for.
That's what that's for, yeah.
I assumed it was if I was proficient.
Yeah, that's how I was
you'd
tracking
think
what the
so.
fuck I wanted.
What does
This
a check mark
will-
do?
At the end of our session, it is tied to character advancement.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
So if we don't use it, it goes down, and if we use it, it goes up?
No penalty, won't go down.
Oh, so we just get better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Can I then we should also look at the other items from the box. Can I take inspect the key, look for any engravings or any indication of what it's to?
Yeah, and actually there is one other item in the box that it was kind of underneath the sarcophagus, so you didn't notice it immediately. But there's a thin leather journal as well that was kind of underneath. But the key itself is very plain. It is a simple brass key. The teeth on it look pretty unsophisticated, just kind of a generic key, but it is kind of connected by ribbon to the rolled up paper.
If anyone's worried about being cursed, I would happily open anything handed to me. I've made a character who can press the big red button as many times as I please.
Perfect.
So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and I guess I'll take a look at the loose piece of paper first to see if there's any indication on like kind of like a packing list or something.
The single folded piece of paper is a letter from Rupert. And I'm sending it to you, Josh. I would like for you to read it to the group.
Wait one second.
First victim claimed.
Elias reaches in his pocket, pulls out some glasses. Oh, let's see. Never been able to read his handwriting. Dear friends, in the years after the nightmare... Can you guys hear me when I talk
Yeah.
like that? Okay, good. In the years after the nightmarish events of that night in my youth, I've seen many strange things. Only now do I begin to grasp the truth of reality and the scope of what has happened in the world. I've tried, in my small way, to combat the horrors and make amends for my part in bringing one to our plane of existence. What I have left to offer, what riches and wealth I have, I will put to good use in dealing with these abominations. It is the very least this old coward can do. I could never make myself go back to that little farmhouse and put those events to rest. I too gravely fear that which my friends and I loosened upon this countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death, I fear the bounds will be broken and that horror free to come and go as it pleases. Lives not yet taken already weigh heavy on my conscience. The method of delivering the thing out of this world is still in that accursed house. The translations made by Marion from the book, Dr. Vermis Mysterious. I was never strong enough to take on that task, but I have hope that you are. In ridding this world of this, perhaps you will save my soul from hell, for I fear that my deed have not been enough to release me from this heavy burden. I do not expect your forgiveness for what I ask you to do. Rupert Merriweather. Poor guy.
Possible his delusion is much more long-lasting than I thought.
Davey, is like the supernatural like a well-studied thing in this world?
Not well studied, but
Okay.
there are people. It's
There are some kooks.
yeah, well, yeah.
Got one
You
of
know
them
how
here.
in like now there are professors in Aliens.
Okay.
You know.
I have actually my glasses are on little hooks and then they hang down.
Classic.
So, do you guys think that there's anything we can do to prepare before we just go to the house? I mean, I know we're all maybe, or some of us are a little skeptical, but I mean, maybe we should like translate that and everything, do everything we can before we go.
That letter
Well,
also mentioned translations. I don't think it would hurt to grab as many books related to that subject before we go as we could.
yeah, but it said the translation was already complete and it was in the house.
Yeah, but it doesn't really cost us anything to bring some books with us. I might not look it, but I'm actually pretty strong. I'm used to carrying a lot of books with me.
All it costs is a library card.
On a scale of 1 to 100, Jesse, how strong are you?
70.
Wow, you are strong.
You're pretty strong. Not as strong as me, but pretty strong. Strength is my second highest, and it's at 75.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, strength is my second highest.
That's my lowest.
Nice.
Dexterity is my lowest.
Class.
Constitution is... Oh, no. Appearance is my lowest.
You're ugly.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Norman's got no bitches.
No, he's got
No
very good
bitch
charm.
Norman.
He's got very good charm.
So he's ugly, but he makes up for it with his personality.
Is appearance is that what appearance is in this?
Yes. Yep. That is literally a stat for how good looking you are.
Oh. Slightly below average.
I am perfectly average.
So there are still 2 items in the box. There's the rolled up paper, and then there is the little journal.
Well, can I take the journal?
Sure.
Or not take it, just look at it.
Sure. Brooklyn, I'm sending you the journal.
Okay.
I would like you to read as much of it as you feel appropriate out loud.
Okay, hold on.
And where are you guys right
Oh
now? Are you
my
still
God.
in the hallway outside Rupert's room in the hospital, or have you begun to move location?
Can we have gone to Professor W.G. Wentworth's office since he's the translator guy?
J.G. Wentworth.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
877 cash now. Yeah, I think I could be reading that letter on the way to the office.
Sounds good.
Does anyone have a car? I don't have a car on my inventory sheet.
We can rent a car.
It's a pretty walkable town.
I'm
It's
here.
like twice.
I'm here for a conference. I definitely got like a chauffeur or rented a car or something.
The Miskatonic University is, I believe, next door or a block away.
Oh, is that where we work? Or where I work?
For convenience sake, this is where you have some items.
Okay. We'll go to my
Dave-
office.
Davey, this is a lot. I don't want to read all of this. Can I just like read a couple things and then it like is sent to everybody?
Sure, Brooklyn.
Okay. Well, it's like multiple.
It is 4 PDF pages.
Yeah. Okay.
I got time. Get reading, Brooklyn.
Oh, I'm just gonna say I've read the first paragraph and it is interesting. So, February 27th, 1877, Marion Allen has acquired an artifact, probably Egyptian or I don't know. It appears to be a small sarcophagus of gold. Inside is a large piece of amber which entraps a specimen of some unknown species of arthropod. Alan is very excited as the box corresponds to a description he found in an ordinary reference volume in the university's library. Alan says that another book, I don't know how to pronounce that, is an explanation of the powers of the box. The
Is it
text
the
says
Vermis
this.
Mysterious?
It is.
Yes. The text says this small animal trapped in the amber is actually the host to a bound Jinn, a guide to the spirit world. Alan says the tome mentions that originally there were 4 such pieces of amber contained in the box. There is no mention of what happened to the other 3. We are agreed, and a date has been set to conduct a ceremony intended to summon the Jinn, which Alan. Am I pronouncing that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which Alan assures us will be friendly. And then they've chosen a nice. And then do we have access? Did we already talk about this to the Vermis whatever? Do we have that book?
You have no idea what
Or-
that is.
Okay.
This is the second time you've heard of it. The first is in the note from Rupert.
So there is a ceremony described in the book. A fire is set in the fireplace, a pentagram dropped on the floor, marked with appropriate symbols and illuminated by 2 black tapers placed in the center. And they do the ceremony. After nearly 2 hours, they're doing this for 2 hours. They're chanting in Latin on the floor for 2 hours. A trail of smoke happens.
How long is your mass?
3 hours.
Yeah.
Do they still do masses in Latin in the 1920s?
They had to have,
Probably.
right?
I don't.
sure.
I don't go. I'm also not Catholic. I'm Methodist.
Oh, God.
That's what you're teaching at that school?
Okay. We have finished with our plans and have sworn a pact never to speak of what happened last night. We have you know what I'm trying to say. Explain the death of poor Robert, and in some manner the madness of Harold. The sheriff accepts the explanation of a carriage accident. We planned it well. Jesus. Oh, okay. I'm gonna read this part and then I'm gonna send it. The thing formed in the center of the pentagram, shapeless and nearly invisible. Its terrible voice should have given us a clue, but we were so foolish. It spoke. Then Alan cast that damned powder on the Jinn, the dust of Ibn Ghazi, he calls it, and that's when we could all see it clearly. Words cannot adequately describe the faceless thing with 1,000 maws. Ew. It roiled and bubbled, never fully revealing itself at any one time. So terrifying was its aspect that I was frozen in place, my pen falling from my nerveless fingers. Cecil and Alan seemed as lifeless as myself, while a short, sharp cry issued from Crawford's mouth. Robert, however, rose to his feet, and before anyone could stop him, stepped forward as though to embrace our horrible guest. With its arms, or those appendages that seemed most like arms, it took hold of poor Robert and twisted his head around as though he was a doll. Gross. The lifeless corpse was then thrown back in Harold's lap, and that's when he began that damnable shrieking, the shrieking that hasn't stopped since, even after we handed him over to the sheriff's men. We still had a chance, apparently. Alan now believes that if we kept our wits, we could have reversed the summoning and forced the creature back to wherever it came from. But Crawford panicked and mistakenly, believing that it would dispel the creature, reached forward and destroyed part of the pentagram, breaking the seal and ending its effectiveness. Released from that binding symbol, the thing, with a screech that could only have been unholy satisfaction, was ejected from the house, disappearing out the window as a roaring, screaming wind of boiling colors. We need to find this book, y'all.
I thought that Rupert had said the whatever it was confined to the house.
That is what he said.
Until he dies.
But in this journal, it says that the whatever it was fled. Is that not correct?
That's what it says. With a screech. It was ejected from the house, disappearing out the window as a roaring, screaming wind of boiling colors.
So the story itself isn't lining up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ritual of 6.
Would someone like to read the next entry?
this is March 24th.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Alan intends to leave Arkham and travel to find a solution to this crisis. He said that he intends to seek out occult scholars in New Orleans. I pray he is successful, but my hopes are not high at this point. He insisted that I be the custodian of the gold sarcophagus and not show it to anyone. Well, that's still on that. What's even more odd is that he instructed me not to visit or even live in Boston. I can only guess as to why, as he will not tell me his reasoning, apart from his insistence that it is for my own safety. Marion still thinks that the thing could yet be destroyed, or at least dispelled, but none of us who remain have the stomach for an undertaking. I hope he can find a way to safely banish it without another one of us falling to its malevolent grip. That leads me to... Oh, I'll keep reading. Should I keep reading?
Go for it.
I have a quick question. It would seem that are Marion and Alan the same people? Or Marion, is it Marion Allen?
Yes.
That's what I thought Rupert had said, yeah.
His name is
Okay.
Marion Allen.
Okay, so it seems like in writing this, he's lost the plot a little, alternating between saying Marion and Allen, which,
It's the
Very-
20s.
yeah.
Yeah. I've been referred to as Avebury, Wentworth, Jay. I don't know that that's...
The next sentence in the journal says
Yeah.
bound to the house. So I wonder if it's just it can't leave like a radius.
Yeah.
Mm.
We now believe that the spell we cast to summon it inextricably bound the thing to the house. Alan went back this morning to retrieve some of our belongings and store our ritual accoutrement. He said that he heard it bumping around in the attic over his head, cursing him all the while. He said that it also told him it only has to wait us out. When we who were present are all dead, it will roam the earth freely, slaughtering and feasting. Thankfully, the warding signs carved by Alan during better times, times that seem so long ago now, apparently are effective and bar the thing entry except into the attic of the farmhouse. What? Whatever. I might be able to sleep a few hours tonight knowing it is bound to the attic and cannot harm anyone else. I am hopeful for the first time since we stupidly released it from the amber. If I told him the truth, then we would have time to seek the answer. God be with you in your search, my friend.
So it specifically is bound in the attic.
That's what it sounds like. Then I still don't understand how it fled the property initially.
Maybe it's like a tether ball. You know, it's like you throw a ball that's on a rubber band, it can go past its if you were to just roll it, it's past its reach, but it always bounces back. Marion Allen is dead. Some months now.
Do you want to read that part?
Yeah, and it's got a newspaper clipping. He was murdered in New Orleans this past August. I suspect that he spoke to the wrong sort of people about the things he has seen and they killed him. The newspaper mentions their sarcophagus, so they may have been after the gold. That is 3 of us gone now. I must do something. I've already begun ancient history classes at university, so I believe I will try to research the problem at the farmhouse in that manner. Perhaps I will uncover an ancient secret of how to rid our world of that beast in my own way. Brutal murder at the docks. Body found late of Arkham, Massachusetts was discovered early morning near the Gulf and Panama docks. Victim of foul play, the man identified by local witnesses who said that Mr. Allen had been seen in the locale the evening before. Although robbery was the apparent motive, police report the victim had gruesome marks carved into his forehead and his tongue cut out. Mr. Allen had reportedly gone to the police earlier this week claiming that he had been followed and that he feared for his life. He said his shadowy pursuers were after an Egyptian artifact which he no longer possessed. And then we have the 6 names: Robert, Harold, Marion, Crawford, Cecil, and Rupert.
Of course,
So-
a bunch of fucking men got us in here.
If this thing is real, I'll be honest, it sounds like we're more likely to survive if we just leave it where it is.
No, we won't, because as soon as Rupert dies, it's gonna. Pew.
And I'm gonna fly across the ocean, and I'll be in England, and I won't be here.
I don't think an ocean will stop whatever this is.
Maybe not, but I mean, if we go there and don't stop it, then it knows who we are and might actually come after us if we get out of there somehow.
If we go there and don't stop it, we will die before we leave the farmhouse.
And that's operating on the assumption that we go to the farmhouse and there is an it to stop.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, if it's real.
I mean,
I still don't believe it is.
this is a pretty elaborate story for him to make up. I never knew him to be a creative character.
I'm not saying that he made it up. I'm saying that it could be a symptom of a delusion, right? This cultish activity, whatever it was that he was engaged in, we don't know what he partook of, right? We don't know what sort of psychedelics or
Mass
Other-
hysteria.
mind-altering situations, scenarios.
Well, I didn't know you two were psychology professors.
I'm
Actually,
not.
pretty decent at psychology. Actually, not as good as I thought I was. Am I? Okay.
I'm actually pretty good. I've dabbled. It's one of my higher skills.
In 1920 psychology.
I know how to cure women from their hysteria.
Jesse, Jay, and Elias. I need each of you to roll a d6.
Oh no.
Oh, because
Oh
we
my
read?
God.
That's a different die. 1.
2.
1 also.
Each of you lose 1 sanity.
Ah. Also,
But-
Jesse J is a great artist. Just want to put that out there.
But in addition to you losing your sanity, you gain 1% to the Cthulhu Mythos skill.
Ooh.
And
Is that a permanent thing?
it is. And you may check the box next to occult.
Yes.
Okay.
Those.
I wish I had printed this. I'm going to tell you. Doing this on Adobe is a pain.
Dude, physical character sheets are always the way to go.
I don't own a printer.
Have
Nice.
we looked at the bound thing yet?
No,
No.
we have not unrolled that.
Let's check that out.
Davey, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to put a check next to occult?
It's at
Yeah.
the bottom
How
of
is
the
that?
second row.
Oh.
Column, if you will.
Yeah, sorry, column.
And mythos.
Cthulhu,
Cthulhu Mythos under credit rating.
I put 1.
Yep. Give yourself 1. The bound paper, as you unfurl it, is the deed to a property on Boone Road.
Oh, I was wondering if we knew the address. We found where we're supposed to go.
Great.
Anything, I would say, anything stick out in this deed?
No, not really.
Okay.
Reading the journal took 4 hours.
Oh my god.
Slow ass readers.
Yeah, really. Is he just got really bad handwriting?
I would imagine there are other entries that you have to sift through that they didn't include because, you know, convenience.
What year is it now?
1920.
It's 1920 something.
Okay, so this happened.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Really
the
waited
fact
to the
that
last minute.
yeah, what the fuck? And
Yeah,
the
no,
fact that he lived that long is crazy.
Well, he was a student when he did this, so I mean, he would have been young.
I know, but I'm saying like his friend was murdered for this artifact that he was in possession of.
Well, I think he probably heeded his friend's advice and didn't tell anybody.
Is it
I do find it
possible?
interesting. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, is it possible for us to get? I'm very curious if we can get any record of what it says. Mr. Allen has reportedly gone to police earlier this week claiming that he was being followed and feared for his life. I wonder if we could get what his statement or some sort of pictures of what carvings were on his forehead.
I mean,
Well,
it's
It'd
in New
take a long
Orleans.
time
Yeah.
to mail a letter to ask for that and then wait for the return mail.
You could try telephoning them.
Ah, yes.
And then that relies on them having easy access to a 50-year-old case. I assume they're going to have boxes and boxes of files that they're going to need to sift through. I think it's a good course of action. I mean, if we have time to wait, I think it's a good course of action. But if we are trying to do this before Rupert's death, we might be a little bit more limited on time.
When we get to the building, the first thing I'm going to do is look for a phone book or something where I would be able to call a New Orleans police department and put in a request for a pull of records just to get that ball rolling. It's not something we'd wait for, but it's something I could try to talk through.
Well, you are in J.G. Wentworth Abervary's station at the university, where there would certainly be a telephone and phone book.
I'll start looking for that.
We're probably going to have to do like an operator because we're getting a New Orleans number.
True.
So
Yeah.
dial
01.
0 for operator.
Uh-huh.
True, there probably aren't phone books yet, actually. It was probably by operator primarily.
Uh-huh.
But you are able to use the phone and connect with an operator. Telephone service, what can I help you with?
Connect to New Orleans Police Department. Cross-country call.
Great Scott! Allow me a moment to make the connection. And then there's no hold music because it's the 20s, so it's just kind of
Good.
and then the sound of the phone being connected to the proper location. New Orleans police.
This is Elias Danforth with the Arkham Police Department, requesting a file pull of approximately 33-year-old case, something about a Mr. Marion Allen.
All right, you have a date?
Yes, August 14th, 1887, and I believe he would have some reports earlier that week as well for coming in and reporting issues.
Well, it'll take some time to pull the file, but we'll get that and call you right back.
I appreciate that, sweetheart. I'll keep an ear out for the phone.
Best days to you.
Best days.
Except we have an
Whoa,
issue there.
homosexual? Arrested!
Except we're gonna have an issue there. Being that you said you're from the police department, they're gonna call the operator. The operator's gonna connect them to the police department.
That's fine.
Is that fine? Do you work there?
No.
Small flaw. They don't have caller ID.
I have a plan. I'm quite good at fast talking. So then we go to the police department here, be like, there was totally a misunderstanding with who they think they were supposed to be calling. Can you please give me the records for that edit calling me? And then they give it to me.
They give it to me!
I think you underestimate how much people normally want to minimize how much they talk to me, so they kind of just give me what I want. Anyways.
What would you like to do next?
Well, I think someone needs to be, I would assume, you, Elias. Someone needs to be at the police department when they call, if they call. And then perhaps the rest of us gather what we need before we go to the house.
I'll just say, I've been to New Orleans a few times. Gonna take a bit for that police department to get them work together. Probably check in tomorrow. Plus, the Arkham police, fantastic at taking notes with phone calls. Trust me.
How do you know that?
Let's just say I've had a number of complaints about myself brought up about the police, and they tell me about it in excruciating detail.
Maybe they just have intricate notes on you.
No, it's the 20s. I trust my men in blue. I'm a 48-year-old man in the 20s.
I
So-
do think that we should operate under the assumption that he's gonna die soon and that we should hurry.
I mean, by the look of him and coughing up blood, he's probably gonna die tonight. There's nothing there for us to be worried about. Let's just go to the house so we can tell him we went there, and we'll be back in however long it takes us to drive there, spend 5 minutes there, and get back.
I do think we should spend longer than 5 minutes. Even if
Oh,
I'm...
That is just me exaggerating.
But I'm of the same mind. I am of the belief that we will find a skeleton in Rupert's closet, but it won't be a literal skeleton. I think there's something that he has a bad association with at that house. It would be good to go there and give him closure. And I
Maybe
think we
he's
should do
talking
it.
about, like, you know, one of my demons is in that house. Like, he has a journal about an affair he had there, and we need to burn it.
I don't think he was married at that point.
Probably all us playboys. I don't think that existed yet, actually.
It did not.
Probably all this
He
pinup
invented Playboy.
art.
Davey,
Yes.
I'm pretty good at library use.
Okay.
You and
I'm a
me
student.
both.
Yeah, I'm a student. We have some professors here. We've never heard of this book that keeps being referenced, right?
Right.
Is there like in Harry Potter, there's a restricted section of the library? Like, is there, like,
Maybe in your school, religious girl.
I believe what you are referring to is special collections.
yeah, I want to go to special collections.
You may visit either the small public library or the famed Orne Library at Miskatonic University.
That one.
Yeah,
Choose that one.
Well,
Let's go to
that's
the one,
where I
yeah.
attend. So, that it's pretty normal for me to go
Or-
there. I spend most nights there.
do we split up and have like two people go to the public library just in case, cover the ground?
I if I could join at the university library, could I be looking for different material?
Sure.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go to the public library alone.
The
Oh,
famed
okay.
Horn Library has over 400,000 volumes. The public library is a small one-room building.
Yeah, I think we need more hands there.
At this moment in time, it'd be very unlikely that we could check out books from a public library. They didn't really do that yet.
Davy,
Yes, Kevin.
looking at the sarcophagus,
Sure.
would I recognize this as like a like where like this like other than the fact that it has hieroglyphics, could I tell like where this may be from?
Your
And
friend Elias determined Egyptian from the Middle
okay,
Kingdom.
we did determine that. Okay, I missed that. Sorry.
What does that mean?
Would I specifically recognize this artifact? Like, is it something that has been seen before, that has been studied?
I don't know that you would. Let me take a look. I believe the Middle Kingdom, Joseph. I think that refers to actually a time period
Yes, the
rather
period
than.
of reunification is the period of history of ancient Egypt following the period of political divide known as the First Intermediate Period, approximately between 2040 to 1782 BC.
Thank you, Elias.
Thank you, Elias Wikipedia Danforth.
Tell you
That's
what,
what they
Kevin.
call
them. Kevin, if Norman could make a luck roll for me.
Oh,
Oh, I love a good luck check.
just as lucky as I am attractive. And actually, I succeed with a 13.
Amazing. You at least recall the name of you. Yeah, sure. We'll give you this. This is a sarcophagus that had been in the possession of a super minor figure in ancient Egyptian history called Nofru Ka. And that's about all that you are remembering about this thing offhand. But it's a place to start in the library. Sounds like the library is the next step that you are taking.
Yes.
What are you researching in this space?
I think we should all go after something different.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
So who wants to go after what? I have something I would like to go
I'll
after.
go after Nofru Ka. Trying to find information related to him and see if I can find anything about this artifact.
Well, and we know that exists at this library. Like, that's in the journal, that a book about this artifact exists at this library. So I think it's here. You just gotta find it.
Okay.
Davey,
Sorry.
I am going to. Is this the type of library that would have a section with old newspapers, like of this area that I could find, like that kind of archive?
Sure.
I'm gonna look for.
Actually, Make a luck roll.
Make a luck roll. You got it, Davey. We're cool. It's close. With a 61 under 65.
Ooh, you're lucky.
Yeah. I'm going to be looking for articles the week of one sec. Let me look at the dates specifically here. The week of we begin the ceremony. The week of March 19th, 1877. And all the months and years of the reported deaths of the 5 other people who helped perform the ceremony.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. I will remind you that this would also be a perfect place to try and translate the sarcophagus hieroglyphics as an alternative.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's on the list. I'm curious because I think that the world's all connected in a mysterious way. So there could have been all other either people died in the city that we can find how they died, see if it's just as creepy as Mary and Alan, or if there's any other strange events that are happening during those times of death.
Okay, great. Jesse?
Jay is interested in the language elements of the sarcophagus, specifically the hieroglyphics, and very specifically the language that is inside from the island of Mew or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm willing to doubt we have any books on that specific language, but I'd like to see if we do, because I think that's going to be important to whatever it is that we're doing next.
Okay.
I really want to lock in on this book. Mysterious. I don't think that book itself is probably gonna be here, but perhaps any like mention of it, just like to know more about its origins, stuff like that.
Well, didn't they say they brought it to the house?
Yeah, but then what's his face went back and got all of their accoutrements. I assumed the book was a part of it.
Books typically fall under the category of accoutrements.
Amazing. Yes.
Elias, have you ever heard of this dust of Imangazi? Like being an antiquarian?
That's a good question. Is that something I would have heard of? I am quite studied in the occult.
Let's see. Yeah, give me an occult roll.
Yes! That's my highest skill, everybody.
Oh dear.
And with a 53 under 70.
Woo!
You have heard of it, yes. It is a rare substance that some believe to be magical. It is very difficult to create. People in your line of interest, shall we say, would be the type of people who are able to create it, since its origins have somewhat been lost to history. The people who would have authentically created it have either disappeared or simply moved on. The properties of this powder are making the invisible visible for a brief time. Very brief window.
We
just
need to
use,
get
like-
some of that.
Yeah.
I think we could just use some like talc powder.
No. No, it's much more complicated kind of thing than that. It's believed to be magical, and its history, its origins are lost to the history books.
Yeah, but like talc powder would stick to the creature.
We could do wet flour.
The library is open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. The reference room is open on Sundays from 1 to 6 p.m., but the stacks are closed and books cannot be withdrawn on that day. As I said, the library is very large, having more than 400,000 volumes. And there is a vast history section. So, each of you, please make for me a library use roll.
What happens if we get like a... Oh no! I assumed I got like whatever. What's the ultra success? What's it called?
The fifth.
Extreme success.
Extreme success? Well, in order to get extreme success, I need a 13. I got a 14.
That is a bummer.
I also got a 14, but it's less impressive of a 14.
What exactly again is a success or like?
So if you roll equal to or below the furthest right number, the one that's 1/5 of the value on the left, that is an extreme success.
Got
it
it.
is just the best you can possibly do.
Got it.
I am sad. I have a 60 and I rolled a 61.
That's criminal.
This sucks.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute.
I get a +2.
Well, actually, there's one other mechanic that I forgot to mention earlier. You may push a failed roll. And pushing means you slightly alter your approach. Like, you try something a little bit different that would still be helping you achieve your goal. Something to justify giving you another opportunity. But if you fail that time, there's bad consequences.
I'm looking for a book. How bad can the consequences be?
You set the library on fire.
A book shoots you.
You get crushed in one of those moving bookshelves. One of us goes to search in the next aisle, like...
You realize your library card's expired and they kick you out.
Jesse, what did you roll for library use?
51.
Is
Which
that
is a success. It's a success.
So, Joseph, you have not succeeded. If you have a justification for a push and you would like to push, knowing that a fail would be a consequence, you may roll again. Otherwise, the three of you who succeeded, check the box next to library use.
I want to push. And what I'm going to say to justify why I'm re-rolling is I think my character has specifically been looking in the languages section of the library. It's a section he's very, very familiar with. But I think after a lot of time spent looking for anything on this island of Mew, I think he might take a time to reevaluate where this book might be positioned in the library. Instead of being classified under languages, it might be classified as like legends or mythology. So instead of like, you know, the X hundreds, it's in the 100s instead. And so he would go over there and try and look in that category.
Okay. I like it. Roll again. Uh-oh.
I rolled a 99.
Oh.
Can't get much worse than that.
I suck at this game.
Okay,
Fuck!
we will.
Get to the some really bad thing.
We'll determine that in a moment.
Crushed in a bookshelf. Crushed in a bookshelf.
We'll start with. I'll just go in the order in which you told me what you were looking into. Norman, you are trying to find information on Nofru Ka. This, as I said, a little known figure in ancient Egyptian history. This man was a attempted usurper of the throne. He performed a failed coup, basically, during the Third Dynasty. He died the way you would expect someone who failed a coup would die. But before that, he was given this sarcophagus, believed to have been given to him by the gods themselves. And it was said to contain a djinn that could be called upon to enact some type of service for the wielder. It was this gift of the sarcophagus that is believed to have emboldened Nofru Ka to make that coup attempt to usurp the throne and ultimately ended his life. The sarcophagus was then lost to history for quite some time until it was eventually regained, not by the British Museum, but by some patrons of the British Museum. Likely by the museum, but these people just paid for the expedition, so they got the rewards. A British noble family, the Parkenby Andersons. However,
I know them.
the sarcophagus was stolen from them in the 1870s and has not been seen since.
Marion's a thief.
Elias, you were looking for news, anything interesting on the week of the summoning and the subsequent death dates surrounding those involved. Arkham News is available for much of this time with little snippets from the surrounding area, but trying to get the name. Ross's Corners, a small rural community a couple miles outside of Arkham. Something pretty big has to happen around there to make its way into the Arkham newspaper. But a carriage accident that causes one death and one person to go insane is pretty notable. And you do find at least mention of it under the obits. In the obituaries, you find one for
Robert Merkin.
Robert, yes, because it was Harold who went insane.
Uh-huh.
You find mention of the carriage accident under Robert's obituary. And that's really the only big thing you see around that time. Going a bit forward, there is another obituary for Harold who died, and it notes that he spent much of his life living very normally up until he went insane from that carriage accident. A blow to his head so strong that it just broke him, and he died later that year. You are, of course, waiting for information about Marion Allen's death. Somehow you need to get that from Arkham PD. Crawford Harris died of... I was going to say... Yeah, polio. He died of polio in 1910. And Cecil
To
Jones was
survive this and die of polio is crazy.
13 years later, though, that's like
Old
a
age
long
for
time.
that was
yeah.
33 years later.
33 years later, math is hard.
Cecil Jones was in a car accident.
Caused by a ghost.
I see that there is I don't know if there's a typo or something, but in the journal, the bottom right corner says Marion, August 1877. Should that be 1887? Like the clipping right above it?
Doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Josh is
Oh.
right.
That's
think-
so weird.
That's why I
No.
said the wrong number.
I think the number on the clipping is wrong because it's also 1877 in the journal entry.
It should be 1877.
Okay, so that journal entry is wrong. Okay. That's not like a hint. That's just a typo.
The newspaper clipping is what's
The
wrong.
clipping, yeah.
Okay, 77. And then
The three of them died in that same year.
got it. Wow, that was a pretty quick turnaround. Why did he
Maybe the police were trying to cover it up. And so they didn't release the records of his death for 10 years.
They would
Ah.
never do that. The police are incorruptible.
Yeah, dude, come on. Those are my boys in blue.
Although I guess that still doesn't work with the journal entry specifically mentioning the newspaper clipping.
Oh, it does specifically say October 77. Okay.
Jay, you try going to a different area of the library, reevaluating your search methodology to retrieve this information. And 400,000 volumes is quite a few. This library is to such a scale that it has those rolling ladders on the tracks to let you reach those higher volumes. And in doing so, the ladder shifts unexpectedly as you are reaching for a book just maybe a little too far, and you fall. And then the book falls and cracks you on the back of the head, just to make matters worse. You suffer 2 points of damage
Is that my hit points?
to your hit points, yes.
Oh my god, I'm almost dead.
Huh?
How many hit points do you have?
I have a total of 11.
Oh, that's not almost dead. You're less than 20% dead.
When I hit the ground, the first words out of my mouth as I'm getting the wind back in my lungs, I go, I'm gonna sue!
Jesse, you are looking for anything about Divermus Mysterious. There is a section here. There we go. The library catalog shows that there is a copy of Divermus Mysterious held by the university, but it is locked away in the restricted collection.
There is a
Restricted
restricted
section!
section!
It is unavailable to you.
You're just a student. You need a professor's permission.
Go ask. Never mind. I'm not finishing that statement.
But you have confirmed that the book exists and that other people know about it.
Can I can I run up to Professor Winsworth? Who is wait, everybody got their things, right?
Yeah, you're last.
Okay. And like I feel like he's like kind of bleeding from the back of his head, and I'm like, "Oh my God, Professor, are you okay?"
Rickety ladder. Definitely gonna have to get that fixed.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a dangerous place. Um, do you have a restricted section?
Um, I don't know. Not a lot of books I pull from there.
You would probably not.
I could try.
Might I remind us, just in case, we have a key that we don't know what it goes to.
The
A
house.
house.
Oh, does it? Never mind.
Yeah, it's attached to the address of the house.
Ignore me. I was picturing like an old-fashioned style
Yeah.
key.
Well, maybe you have friends who can, or I'm missing a point here. There's a copy of the mysterious book, whatever the fuck it's called, in the library. Yeah.
I mean, we could say we're working on a project that we need to see it. I mean, it's worth a try.
Sure. I mean, maybe you and Professor.
Oaks.
I don't remember Kevin's name. What is it?
Oaks.
Oaks? Oaks?
Oaks.
Like the tree?
But plural, yes.
Okay. Maybe you and Professor Oaks should go by yourself. Maybe, because I feel like two professors working on a project together is a little more, and that needs a restricted book is a little more legitimate than like, oh, our student needs this book.
We're doing a collaborative paper.
Yes.
I go find Professor Oaks. Professor Oak. I choose Bulbasaur.
The early bird catches the worm. Or in this case, the Pokemon. The two of you would know who to talk to at the university about the restricted collection. It would be Dr. Henry Armitage, who oversees much of the library's incoming collection and operations.
The problem is, Norman, that I doubt they're going to want us to take this from the library. And I don't feel right stealing a book just to go to some farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Translation already.
What?
Where there is a translation already.
That's true. There's a translation.
We don't know that for sure.
Supposedly. There's a
Supposedly.
translation. Don't you worry about it.
That makes me worry about it more.
I just told you not to worry about it.
Okay. Are you gonna steal it? Like, is that...
No.
I don't have tenure.
Sucks for you.
Well, I'll let you take lead then.
Alright, let's go look for Henry.
Make your way to Henry's office, and at this point, it's kind of late in the evening. You guys got to the hospital at 1 o'clock. It took you 4 hours to read the journal, and then you started doing research in the library. You get to the office, and it is locked. It is dark. He's gone for the day. It's Thursday, so at least there's school tomorrow, so he should be back in the morning.
restricted sections are only as secure as their locks.
I'm not breaking in with you. You're welcome to do whatever it is you're gonna do, but I'm not gonna be a part of that.
Eh, where's the harm? They haven't invented security cameras yet.
And here comes now it's time for me. Instead of tenured and not tenured, it's tenured and doesn't work here.
Also, Kevin would not be tenured at this university. He doesn't like
I don't work at this
transfer.
Sure, he doesn't work.
I don't work at this university. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Kevin doesn't really work here either.
Some might say unemployed. Me, I say entrepreneur.
Can I just, like bust the handle to get into this office?
Can I make a 1% locksmith chance?
You want to fully just try and break the door in? Is that correct?
I mean, I ain't gonna get the 1% locksmith.
Can I do a quick listen to make sure there is nothing on the other side of this
Oh, that's
door?
a good call. That's a good call.
Sure. And roll for a listen, Josh.
Just knock on the door. There's someone
That
knocking.
is a 97 over 40.
No
No one's there.
Dead
Or
silent.
everyone's there.
Safe thing is probably knock first, just in case.
There is no answer as you knock on the door.
All right. I never let a piece of rubble stand in my way. I'm not gonna let a door stand in my way.
Is there a librarian on duty or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go chat with them while this is happening to try to fast talk a distraction.
Oh wait, there's a librarian on duty. I could just flirt with her.
Kill them.
Are you gonna bust
Should-
the door? Or are you
Should I
gonna try-
bust the door open, or should I try to go flirt with her?
I'm going to the librarian no matter what. So it's whatever you're doing.
Do you want to flirt with her?
I will distract. If you want this librarian to be flirted with, that is you.
Is anyone else good at flirting?
I've
No.
got pretty good charm.
Well, don't I know?
I don't think that even if we charmed this librarian, that I don't think she just has the keys to somebody's office. She's just a random librarian.
You wouldn't have the keys to the restricted section, I don't think.
No, the key would be in his office.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll go distract her while you break in.
Okay.
Okay. Elias, please make for me a fast talk roll.
Ooh. Oh, I'm not very good at that.
That is a 73. So I think I would just be talking about library books. I would like to try to push so that way when the sound of the door happens, I just yell "Gazoon-tight" really loudly and then start talking about how the flu is kind of it's a bit of a rampage right now.
I don't think that's quite justifying how pushing works.
Nah, it was worth a shot.
So with your unsuccess, she is not particularly distracted by your antics. Norman, please make for me a strength roll.
If you could crit succeed here, I'd appreciate it.
Well, that is a crit succeed with a 4 on the roll.
Wow.
Yeah, just a heavy and you bust the lock on that door pretty severely and are inside of Henry Armitage's office. Now, because you critically succeeded, rather than the librarian automatically hearing this, I am instead going to give her a listen roll to see if she hears this. She is pretty average, so it's not terribly unreasonable for her to not hear you. And whether or not it is by sheer luck or Elias's maneuvers actually being successful, the crack of wood doesn't seem to alert her in any meaningful manner.
Old library happens all the time.
The building's settling.
And inside the office, it does appear to be a two-room office. There is another door that is shut right now. We can't say what's inside, but there is two bookshelves, nice window to the exterior courtyard, and his large writing desk, which is roll top.
Those are sexy.
I mean, rummage around either for the book or for a key. Hopefully a labeled key. Or set of keys.
Sure. Give me a luck roll, I think.
Ooh, it's gonna be a 69.
Now that's lucky.
yeah, it is. I don't know if there's a way to push luck.
I would think not.
Okay, yeah. So, no, I do not succeed on that.
I'm gonna level with you. I should have done this in a different order, because the general description doesn't change. So here's what I would have told you regardless. Inside the desk, you don't find anything particularly relevant to what you're doing. No sets of keys, no big mysterious book that you're looking for, nothing of that nature. The other door in the office, if you try it, is not locked, but it's just a private bathroom.
It's his own bathroom?
Yep.
Bullshit.
There is nothing helpful in here, unfortunately. The luck roll would have been to find one, I don't even want to say helpful thing, but one fancy extra lore thing. So you just don't get that. Your attempt at tracking down the Divermus Mysterious has unfortunately reached a dead end, lest you come back later when Dr. Armitage will be alerted to the fact that his door frame is broken from someone busting into his office.
I'm just going to grab a piece of paper that I'm assuming he's got paper around. And I am going to just really quickly forge a love note and put it on his desk.
Okay.
Couldn't have slid that under the door.
Nope, they broke his door to they broke his door to get it to him.
Their love was that strong.
Yeah.
Okay. You do so.
If you want to
Kevin, I
make it
need
seem
you to
like a
write
really
that out.
crazy person, break the window outward so it looks like they broke in through the door, dropped the note off, and then jumped out the window.
I
Just
will
an
not
idea.
break the window.
Now, At this point, I'm going to say our research at the library has reached its natural conclusion.
How do I spend my magic points, Davey?
It doesn't cover that, so I'm guessing that is in a more advanced rule. I know tangentially from speaking with my friend Ashley, who did a Call of Cthulhu campaign for a little while. You can learn spells, presumably it uses your magic points. However, casting and utilizing those spells negatively impacts your sanity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That checks out.
As it fucking should.
Yeah.
Because I just got to put this out there. I got more magic points than I do hit points. So
I also, yeah. I put my highest stat is POW, dude. I put my
What is-
80 in POW.
I assume that's power.
Yeah, I think that's a terribly named attribute for what it is. It is
What is it?
power, but it is for force of will, spirit, and mental stability.
Oh.
Just call it willpower.
Or mental, like.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Anyway,
But then the
Mental
stat
versus
would be men.
intelligence. Yeah.
stat
Oh.
would be men.
We can't have that on our character sheet. I mean,
I've
this
got
is the
60
20s, though.
men.
My highest is education at
You know-
85.
Whoa.
When they
I
say-
rolled almost max.
Oh, you rolled? I just took there's a base numbers. I didn't fully read enough. It was like 70,
Oh.
60, 60, 60, 50, 50, 40 or something.
See, I just looked up a video how to make a character, and they were like, "Here's how to roll your stats." And I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
"Okay."
Ready to get back into it, everybody?
Let's
Yes.
do it. We're
Oh,
at the
yeah.
house.
Sure.
Oh, we
yeah.
got powder. We got powder. We got to get
Yeah,
powder and then go to the
We're
house.
we're at the darkest antiques.
It's the next day at Elias Danforth's darkest antiques place of business. It is morning on a Friday. What would you like to do?
I would like to go through my collection. Oh, that's a good question. I would like to go through my collection of ends and oddities and see if I have maybe some sort of book on how to craft your own Dust of Ibn Ghazi. Is that an IBN Ghazi?
Yep,
Ibn
Ibn
Ghazi?
Ghazi.
See if I would be able to perform some sort of ritual to recreate this dust, or if it's like how priests make holy water, have a dust and perform a ritual to make it in Bagazi.
You would not have the
Okay.
recipe to make this. Or perhaps you might have some way of finding a recipe, but you don't have the means, the components necessary to craft the actual powder.
Could I think about, I'm sure I have some sort of connection to the either occult or other people who also study these kinds of things. Think about who I would get in touch with to do this.
Nobody nearby, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Not on your timeline, at least.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, I don't have anything here in my shop.
Say it again. Talc powder.
Okay, we go to the general store. We get flour, talc powder, candles, chalk. Is there any other part of the ritual?
A knife in case we need to make like a virgin sacrifice.
A gun with 4 bullets in case we
Hey!
want to leave quicker than this beast will let us.
That's grim. We should buy some firewood as well for the fireplace.
Great. All right, we gather those things and we go to the house.
Do you inquire about a gun?
No.
I'd love a gun. but no.
Okay. As we established, none of you have your own automobile. However, there is a bus that drives from Arkham to Worcester and back each day. And you would know that along that route is Ross's Corner. So you board the bus, buy yourself some tickets, and make your way there along the bus. You arrive at Ross's Corner shortly after 10 a.m. The sun is shining overhead, blue skies and puffy clouds that belie the serious and grim nature of what you set out for. Ross's Corners consists of a few tired-looking buildings and homes. The prosperity of the local farms has long been in decline. It is a small community of no more than 40 people. There is a church, a combination general store, post office, and gas station, and a milk depot. And those are the community's like pillars.
So is there any sort of like sheriff's office or like police force that they would have reported the incident to however many years ago?
Probably would have come from Arkham.
I would like to check out the post office and ask around if they have any records from the around March 1877 of the wreck or anything that happened at the farmhouse.
I wonder if we should be asking about that. Do we want people to know that we're poking around there? I mean,
I personally don't think that the people of the town are going to be our biggest concern when it comes to this mystery. But that's because I fully believe that this thing is real. So if you guys think this is some sort of affair in the house, I wouldn't blame you for not wanting to ask the town.
well, I just, it's a town of such a small population. The moment we let out that we're walking to this farmhouse, everyone in town is going to know that we're there. And I
Uh-huh.
don't know, I I don't know if Rupert wants the town to know
Uh-huh.
about his business. And if we're going here to close his business, it feels wrong to me to open it up to the town.
You're right. You're right. I would stand back from investigating that based on that reasoning. That's thinking of Rupert. Rupert, I would not. Then I think we just head to the farmhouse then.
Okay. You know it's on Boone Road. You have the address. There are Ross's Corners is pretty much a crossroad settlement. So you just look at one of the two roads, identify Boone, and then figure out which way the numbers go, and you're off. It's a cute farm community, but as I said, its wear is showing. You walk for a while, a couple cars pass by, old trucks. After a couple miles, you finally come to the address. It's an ancient looking, like old farmhouse, quite a ways back from Boone Road, down an overgrown path. Right where the path begins, there is an old, dead tree, blackened from a lightning strike years past. You walk through a tree-covered path towards the farmhouse, and it just looks worse the closer you get. Finally, you see the house up close, the remnants of a dilapidated barn rising behind it, Both buildings are 18th century salt box design. High peaked roof, and at least on the house, the windows are flanked by sagging shutters. All of them are broken except for one, which is just filthy and almost looks frosted from the years of dirt and dust. One could compare it to a candlestick. Thank you,
Be-
Kevin.
Before we get any closer, I'm gonna reach in my trench coat and I'm gonna pull out 3 flasks. One of the occultist artifacts I have is actually just simply a distiller that I leave out and about, but claim it is. And I'm gonna hand a flask to everyone and be like, I know you are all non-believers.
I'm not.
I don't think you believe in the same thing I do, sweetheart. If things get crazy and you just want to think this was all some crazy dream, have a bit to drink, and it'll just be a nightmare.
I don't think you're supposed to have this.
No, are you? You're telling me you met a man with a distiller within walking distance of your place of employment, and are you gonna go tell the police about this?
Probably not.
Anyways, can I get a scope of the perimeter? Like check for any sort of like if are there like crops around? Would there be any crop circles or anything of note of like kind of superstitious activity?
Yeah, I'm going to finish my description. That I paused it to make a joke about Brooklyn's candle holders, and I don't think she got it.
What
Oh,
My
did you
apology.
say?
I was
What did you say?
describing the dirty windows looking frosted from grime, much like a candle holder.
I thought that was an odd thing to say.
The
in
roof...
my head. Oh, sorry.
No, please.
I was gonna say, in my head, it was a reference that, like, if we had forgotten candles, we could use parts of the house as, like, I thought it was like a hint.
No, I was just goofing.
Gotcha.
The roof of the house is a little bowed, but all of its shingles are intact. The entire air of this property exudes a strange and unsettling atmosphere. There is no bird song in the trees, just the sound of branches swaying and scraping together. It's as if the house has been waiting for you, waiting for many years. The property is large. There is, as I've mentioned, there is a barn in the back. There is a small outhouse, the remnants of a porch swing, a little well, and a vastly overgrown garden plot in the front. But the property goes on, and there are fields out back that make their way into forest. Where would you like to go?
Well,
I'd say go inside.
Yeah,
it says
I
it's
would agree.
specifically bound to the attic, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to check out the well really quick before we would want to go inside. The only thing I would want to check on the outside is the well.
Okay. The well is made up of large stones and stands pretty close to the house itself for convenience. It's one of those like classic old wells that has the two posts up the side and then the little roof overhead. There is a crank that is connected to the bar, where the rope and the bucket would be. But there is no bucket, and any remnants of a rope are rotted and just coming apart. But leaning over it, you see water down the well, just too far to reach.
I would take a coin. I would say a little wish, kiss the coin, and throw it down the well. See if I hear anything weird bouncing off the walls or anything.
There's just one or two little tink tink, and then ploop as it splashes down into the water. Sounds very normal.
Okay. And is there anything? Can I look for any weird carvings of the wood or in the stone or anything like that?
The well has neither of those. But as you've had to get closer to the house, kind of passing across the front of it, along the windows and the doors, on top, that little piece of wood that goes on top that's not quite siding and kind of is built, that's called a lintel, fun fact. And it on this house is all of them are carved with symbols, clearly bizarre. Go ahead and give me an occult roll.
That is a 40 under 70.
Okay. These are symbols of power used to ward otherworldly spirits. If left in place, they are a very strong defense. But if they are cut away or moved, rendered inert.
And everything does seem intact right now.
Yes, they are in place.
Okay. I would exercise caution to the group. I think we should do a full walk around the perimeter before we think about entering.
You say so.
I was actually already planning on doing that.
Good.
But specifically, I want to be looking at the ground to see if the ground looks like it's disturbed anywhere, dug up at all, or like trodden on, or anything of that nature.
Okay. You begin to walk the property. Norman, if you would please make for me a spot hidden roll.
Oh boy.
Because I'm proficient, could I help?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to also be, keeping your eye out, go for it. Then,
Do you want me to also roll or give the
will-
bonus to
We'll
Norman?
give Norman a bonus die.
Good. Yes.
I don't know if that's better. Oh, well, that's success there.
Well, we could crit.
13.
Okay. From where you are near the well, you begin to walk the property, and the next logical place to go is that overgrown garden. It is just dense vegetation that at this point it's wildflowers, it's weeds, it's just a mess. But there does look to be some pretty decent looking vegetables that are still, that just keep growing. They're annuals, I think, or perennial, whatever, whichever annual, perennial, whichever one keeps coming back. It's those, and they are doing well in that garden space. Continuing around, however, you find a dead raccoon. It's in the grass at a place where the grass is about knee high. And you just see kind of a single foot sticking out, and that's what draws your attention to it. and it's big. This is a East Coast raccoon. This bad boy is coming in at 30 pounds. Dead, like I said. Stiff. Been dead for a while. But most notable about it is that the chest of the raccoon is stained with blood, and there is a large hole that has been bored into the chest. If anyone would like to, they may inspect that wound further. Otherwise, it's simply kind of grim.
I assume it's missing the heart.
I'm gonna draw a little symbol. Is it like kind of dirt like I don't know, Massachusetts weather patterns? Is it dry dirt that were around, or like more of kind of a sandy gravel kind of thing?
It's probably more dirt. This is farmland. There's gravel on the path if you are looking for gravel specifically.
No, just in the dirt, kind of near the raccoon. I'm gonna draw some of the symbols that we found on the sarcophagus for those kind of what I would assume and what I believe are protective wards.
Sure.
Just near areas. I think this is the influence of whatever was inside. So kind of just creating a ward for that kind of thing.
I assume Joseph is right in saying that the heart is probably missing, but I'll take a look closer at the carcass.
All right, give me your choice of natural world, medicine, or science biology.
Natural world it is for 10%.
Excellent.
I almost considered being a biology professor when I made this character. Yeah, that's a 71.
Okay.
I could teach you a little bit about biology, Kevin.
I know all I need to know.
You want to know about my biology?
Absolutely.
How much of the property do you want to walk? Because it's like 2 football fields until you reach the forest.
I would want to go the garden's probably not too far away, probably within like 50 to 100 feet, just that kind of perimeter around the house.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, okay. There's the remains of the porch swing that I mentioned. It's broken, fallen off from the trees that once held it. The chains dangling at its side. They kind of give this little creak in the breeze when the wind picks up. But weeds have grown over and around the spaces, the slats of the bench. The wood has begun rotting back to the earth. There is also the privy, the small outhouse, effectively, that's not smelling great. It is intact. It is standing. You don't want or feel the need to get too close to that. And then there's the decaying barn, which stands behind the house, next to a collapsed lean-to that housed bundles of firewood long ago. The barn is tall, leaning heavily. It's not structurally sound anymore, but it is present. You can see bits of tools sticking out from poking your head, looking inside.
Maybe a hockey stick?
No hockey sticks, I'm afraid.
Fuck. What are we gonna do? Did anyone bring their own or one of their roommates?
Yeah, obviously. You
Oh,
haven't
thank
seen it
fuck.
sticking out from behind my head this whole time.
I think it's worth going into the house. I mean, we're not gonna find anything out here.
What about the barn?
It's
I
a lean
mean,
and barn. We're gonna find rusted tools and raccoon poop.
We could get a weapon.
Okay.
I've already got one, and I really want to see the book, and the book is inside.
Okay, you go in the house. We'll go to the barn.
No, if
I'll come with
there's-
you, Jesse.
Yeah, I do not think we should split up in the slightest, unfortunately.
Y'all are so paranoid. I mean, we did just find that raccoon, so fair enough. I'll
Yeah,
stay
that's
with you.
kinda
Dead
weird.
raccoon on a farmhouse. I don't think that's weird at all.
With a hole
With
in
his
its chest?
heart ripped out.
We
A
don't know that.
coyote came and ate it.
I guess it's
And
fair.
not the rest of the raccoon?
Animals are weird.
That's true. Animals are weird. I think we
I just
approach.
I don't think a dead raccoon is really indicative of anything supernatural or scary happening at this house. It's a dead raccoon.
The symbols, the warded symbols that we saw, those are drawn on the house, correct?
Yes.
Just for the sake of it, am I able to, like, if I look at it, can I tell if, like, that part of the house seems to be kind of stable, not, like, rotting away like all the other things we've seen, and the ward itself is about to collapse?
It doesn't look any different from the rest of the house.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well,
we can
if we
go
don't
into the
wanna-
barn. I think it's fine. I don't think anything in.
I mean, we know we need to go into the house. Might as well check out the things around it, is my thought, before we do the thing we know we're supposed to do.
Okay.
My thought out of game is that it's 8:35 and we haven't even went in the house yet.
Correct. But personally, I'm okay with it taking more than one session if we want to play more than once. So
We are doing one night of Call of Cthulhu.
Oh,
We are.
okay.
Our goal is finishing tonight. We are.
Okay.
We are on bullet 4 for
To the
one-
house!
Hey!
to the house.
And the barn is bullet 5. So now we're on bullet 6.
Bullet 3 was just the raccoon. We've passed it.
It was
There
the bus
is-
trip.
I was just gonna say that.
There is a single door in the front of the house with a small oil lamp hanging beside it. It is locked, but you have the key provided by Rupert, which unlocks it without any trouble.
Damn, I was gonna break it again.
You open the door, and the rusty hinges squeal in protest after so many years of non use. Stepping through the door of the farmhouse, the front room is dirty and long untouched. A wave of odor greets you as it opens. Dust lies thickly on the furniture and empty shelves, while dead leaves and detritus cover the floor. Against one wall rests an iron stove, the ventilation pipe still connected to the outdoors. There is a round table with chairs nearby. The wooden floor is warped and stained, the result of water coming into the house and twisting the frame. Rot has begun to eat away at the table, an old couch, and a matching chair. Perhaps these moldering pieces of furniture are the sources of the foul odor in the room. Near the entrance to the second room is a narrow opening in the floor, revealing a steep flight of steps leading down into a cellar. I need all of you to make a listen roll.
I almost decided to be proficient in this.
god! I rolled a
Today is
27.
not the day I succeed.
51 over 40. Failed.
86 over 50.
Yikes.
16 over 20.
Nice.
Nice. And Brooklyn, what was yours?
I got a 27, but I was supposed to get 20.
Only Norman hears the scuffling and scraping now noise coming from under the floorboards as you take your first steps into the home.
Rats under the floor.
Rats, perhaps, but then you feel one of the boards shift a little.
Big rats.
Big rats. Raccoons. Raccoons.
I don't. I want to find that freaking book, dude. I don't care about the weird rat things under the floorboards or how creepy it is in here, how smelly. I'm just like immediately locked in on trying to find the book.
I'm going to
Can we
grab
find-
the lantern. If I like give it a little jostle, does it sound like there's liquid in it?
It does. However, there is no wick.
If you want a wick, just look at Critical Role Campaign 4.
Love
What does
that
that
guy.
mean?
Love that guy.
Oh.
Wickander, dude. I'm gonna be looking for the fireplace because that was specifically mentioned in the journal.
There's the stove.
There's got to be a fireplace somewhere. Oh, I wonder if fireplace is like the furnace in the basement or something. But I'll look on the first floor if there's a living room with a fireplace kind of thing. Was there a chimney from the outside? Could we see a chimney?
Yes, you could.
Okay. So yeah, then I'll look for. There's probably a fire. I would assume a fireplace on the first floor, and slowly inspect for that.
So, again, there is a stairway going down to the cellar, and then there's a doorway to another room on the first floor. You may also check this room in more detail if you would like. What's the move?
Looking for the book.
Can I
I would
open
like-
the stove? Oh, sorry.
I would like to look in the room.
Brooklyn, look for the book, but in the room you are in the cellar, in the other
Well, yeah,
room.
I mean, we're already in this room, so I look
Okay.
here first and then move on.
Okay, could Jesse please make a spot hidden roll with a bonus die?
Can I?
I
be
don't. What does a
carving-
bonus die mean?
Roll a second D percentile, the tens place, and take the lower.
I would like to go into the other room that is on this floor and
Excellent.
see what's there.
Okay, I got a 26, which I was supposed to get 50, so.
Oh, for your spot hidden? Excellent. This room it has an unusual dust pattern to it. Something has disturbed this space more recently than you would expect. There's no smoking gun per se, but someone else has been here recently. Norman, you go into the back room, which has a nice armchair in one corner and a table. Oh, sorry. Also, Jay, the stove just has ashes and a few coals in it.
Okay. I'll
The
pick
back
up a
room.
couple of the coals.
The back room, chair, table, beneath a rear window. There is an old walking stick left on the table, and the fireplace that Elias was looking for. There is also a back door leading towards the barn, and a trap door set in the ceiling overhead that would lead into the attic space. The wooden frame surrounding the trapdoor is decorated with those same occult symbols seen over the doors and windows of the home's exterior.
I am going to grab the walking stick. And is it like a walking stick that is like my height, or is it more like Kane height?
It's one of the ones that's closer to your height.
Okay. I'm gonna break it in half.
Okay.
Hopefully that's not important. And I think I'd go out to the front area. And you said there was like a couch, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tear up some of the cloth from the couch, wrap the cloth around the walking stick, and then pour some of the liquid from the lantern on it to make myself a makeshift torch.
Nice.
Nice. Super duper.
Well, there's the attic in there, but I don't know. Do we have anything that I can use to light this?
Sure, you light it.
Okay, I light it. Anyone want to go into the cellar?
I
I
will look for the book there.
really want to quickly look in the room that Norman just went into, see if I could see any outlines of the pentagram from the ritual on the ground.
No sign.
No sign. Okay, then I join in the cellar.
Was there a chair in the corner?
Yes.
The cuck chair.
I suspected that's where you were going with that. Excellent. Norman
I'll also go to the cellar.
Norman leads the way down the stairs, and this house has been exposed to the elements. The stairs, they're not mushy, but they have a little bit too much give. The wood has begun to deteriorate a little bit. And each step elicits a little bit more odor as you descend. It is dark, but you have that nice torch illuminating the space. And you see a kind of plain cellar, cobwebs along the corners, another lantern or two hanging down. It's small, the ceiling is low, it feels almost claustrophobic. The floor isn't even finished, it's just earth. It smells of dirt and dust. Along one wall, there's a pair of chairs and a table with a missing leg. Along another wall are shelves, cans and boxes resting on them, each holding ancient and disgusting foodstuff. There are cast iron pots and pans for cooking and tableware for eating. On the lowest shelf, Prohibition era, so no, but probably some good liquor.
Pocket some of that.
Now, Norman, I need you to make for me a spot hidden roll.
Can this be helped in any way?
Nope, this is just him.
I've already succeeded on this once. That doesn't do anything, right?
It does not.
Okay. Well, that right there is a 92.
Okay.
I look for the book?
One moment. You are taking in the scene of the basement. Or the cellar. You've only crossed your eyes across about half of it when all of a sudden a dark shape lunges at you and swings a club that is aiming right against the side of your skull. I need you to make a either dodge or fighting roll if you wish to either fight back, try and like block the club, or if you want to just try and dodge out of the way.
Is fighting just brawl?
Yeah, your fighting brawl skill.
Okay, we're going dodge.
Okay.
Well, I need a 32. That's a 47.
Okay. You... Boom! This heavy object just cracks against the side of your head, and you, trying to throw yourself out of the way, you just tumble the last remaining steps to the bottom. You suffer 2 points of damage to HP, and this dark shape, illuminated with your torch, but the red light is just casting dark shadows around the room. This dark shape tries plowing up the stairs where there are 3 more people descending. Elias, I believe you were second. Can you please give me a dodge roll?
Yeah, I can try.
Or strength roll, your choice.
So strength is higher. I rolled the dice, I haven't seen them yet. I'm gonna go strength.
Okay.
And with a 37 under 40.
Oh.
Woo!
Shape cracks, knocks Norman to the ground, comes rushing at you, and tries to just muscle past you out of the way, but you stand your ground and prevent it from moving. And in the firelight, heart, adrenaline pumping, you see a man. Not a monster. A man.
Kill him.
With what? You drink this booze. Good luck.
Can I say something?
Please.
I was next in line, and I was getting ready to punch this guy.
Hockey stick.
I ungrip my hands and I say, "Hey, why don't we all calm down and let's talk about what everyone's doing here and why you just hit my professor with a club. Take some deep breaths."
He is frozen, having made eye contact first with Elias and now attention shifting to this young college girl. He is frozen and then takes 1 half step back, and there's a thud as he drops his weapon. I'm real sorry, Mr. Do you want a hand up?
No, don't touch me.
That's fair. Yep.
Who are you?
Name's Red Jake.
What you know about this house here?
Let me tell you, this house is a bad place. It's a bad place to be. I don't want to be here. I just wanted to leave. I'm sorry. I thought you were something scary. I stayed here last night, and then everything went left. And now I'm trying to get away. I just came back to grab old Red Jake's items and leave, and then you showed up, so I scurried down to the basement. And
Hey, Red Jake. Hey, you calm down. We ain't here to hurt you.
Speak for yourself. I might be.
There's an evil being in this house. What have you noticed in this night of rest?
Could you please make for me a psychology roll?
I can certainly try. Ooh, that is a 28 when I'm trying to hit a 10.
If we're all there, can we all do it, or it's just him?
Just him.
Bummer.
If in any way this is the fast talk to try to like actively talk him down kind of thing. Because he seems rushed. If I can outrush him and make him feel slow himself.
No, not so much.
Okay.
He's just babbling. He's rambling. His sentences are going one way and then talking about something else. It's almost incoherent as you give him space and it's just a block of words.
Can I pass him a flask?
Sure.
Just take a drink. Breathe, buddy.
Okay. Tell you what. Who among you has the strongest psychoanalysis?
I have 1%.
1%.
1%.
1%.
Okay, great.
I have good psychology.
Jesse, I would like for you to roll psychoanalysis with a bonus die.
Awesome. So I have 1% means I have to get 1% for it to be successful.
Yep, you have to get a
That
0,
is
0, and a
correct.
1.
Amazing. Okay. I already rolled 67, so even with a bonus die,
Impossible.
I can't get it,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Correct.
correct. This man he's wearing overalls over a red plaid shirt. His hair is dirty and matted. He's got like a floppy farmer's hat, clear shave, and just rosy cheeks that are now getting rosier as he drains the flask. And then I was over there and you know, the sky opened up and the earth shattered and I was falling into the abyss and you know that sometimes cats can ride on top of dogs and they can get spit at by llamas and just nonsense.
When I see that he's just uttering nonsense, I do what I came down here to do and look for the book.
Okay. Continuing, looking around, there is an old but sturdy ladder kind of leaned up against the wall of the basement. And underneath the stairs, there's a pile of lumber, a bag of rusted nails, a wooden box with some old tools, and something underneath an oiled tarpaulin. Yeet that away, and you see an expensive looking travel trunk. The straps are fastened and the latches are secured. It looks very nice and very out of place.
Ooh, open that thing.
You see,
I assume this isn't yours, right, Jake?
no, I've never seen that before. But one time I had something like that, and it was really nice. And back when I was in the service and back home, and I'm from California, and out there we search for gold. If I had plenty of gold, I could say I'd buy something like that. And
Okay.
Has everyone done with Jake? Can I tell him he's
I was-
okay to leave?
I was just about to tell him that.
Yeah, hi. Hey, I'm like, you keep that flask. You look at my bottom, those initials, ED, Elias Danforth. You remember that name? Find me someday when you're stable in mind, or at least enough to remember that name.
Yes, sir, Mr. Danforth, sir. I'll do that. I'm gonna go collect old Red Jake's items and be up and out. Hey, yep, bye.
Good day, Red Jake.
And he scampers up the steps, and you hear the collection, the rattle around as he grabs whatever meager belongings are his, and the open and close of a door. Inside the trunk, there's a folded black cloth, atop which rests a handwritten letter. On the underside lid of the trunk are more of those same occult sigils.
I quickly open my trench coat and I reveal an array of religious symbols, and I fiddle for an Egyptian one, and I pluck it off based on what we have and start saying some prayers.
Excellent.
What's the letter
Uh,
say, Jesse?
Yeah, what does the letter say? God?
Well, I'm going to send you. Oops. Please read this item.
Okay. March 23rd, 1877. I don't know why I'm putting this down on
Fuck.
paper. It's probably a bad idea, but I feel the need to leave some kind of explanation for my actions and intent. When I took the sarcophagus from my uncle, I did not think it would be missed. I expected to be able to research it and return it later. I was such a fool. Despite believing the powers we tried to summon, I grossly misunderstood the consequences. Now Robert is dead and Harold, why do I keep trying to say
Harold.
it like that? Harold, a madman. I'm going back to the farmhouse to organize our things. I dread stepping foot again in that place, but I must make sure that our materials will be available again when we need them. Since the others are too shaken to attempt a banishment of the creature, I can only hope that the thing hasn't the power to remain in our reality more than a few hours or days. At least it's bound to the house itself. I shall search for a means to destroy it before the last of us passes from this world and it releases from the house if it is still there. I believe I know where I can find the knowledge I need to drive the creature away without assistance from others. I hear tales of mystics in New Orleans that know much of the true magics of the world. I'm leaving the gold box in Rupert's care. I told him not to sell it or have it appraised by anyone, but did not tell him why. He also seemed puzzled by my insistence not to live in Boston, but I believe he trusts my judgment not to go into danger unwittingly. My uncle does not know about our dark brotherhood, so Rupert and the others will be safe from anyone looking for it. I'll be back to put things right again, Marion Allen. P.S. I write this before I close the lid on the trunk. The thing is still in the attic of the house. It seemed to recognize me and spoke foul curses at me. I will carve protective words on the trunk to prevent any tampering with its contents just in case. So he
So,
left this before he went to New Orleans.
yeah, this was right before he left, but right before Rupert had wrote that he had left for New Orleans. I'm guessing Boston is where his uncle lives,
That's what I
and
was
I'm
thinking.
and I'm guessing the people who killed him are of his uncle's, for lack of a better word, cult.
It almost causes me to wonder if one of the pieces of amber that is missing, right? We know 3 pieces of amber are missing. One of those, if this is real, and it's starting to feel a little creepy to me, one of those was probably used by the Pharaoh, the Nosferatu.
Uh-huh.
Another by Marion. A third possibly by Marion's uncle.
And I'm missing fourth.
And a missing fourth.
I also would like to mention this now, while things are sane and not exploding of the mental capacity. An idea I have for containing this creature would be to perform the same ritual, and that extending the chain at which it's bound to our lifetimes.
We would still need the book for that. Is the book in the case?
No, we don't need the book. We need the translation.
But is the book in the case?
What else is in the case?
You pull back that black cloth, which turns out to be a robe. And underneath it are several more until you have 6 black robes.
Uh-huh.
Underneath that is a old cigar box dated back to the 1870s, as well as a sheaf of yellowed paper.
Well, looks like we
Paper
just found
set.
our uniforms.
I assume the paper has Latin on it.
The papers are handwritten notes, all dated from 1877. All the sheets match the handwriting of that letter that Jesse just read, the handwriting of Marion Allen. None
Sorry.
None of the writing mentions the powder of Ibn Ghazi, however.
I think their mistake was seeing it.
I think their mistake was, quote unquote, summoning it.
Are there 6 pieces of paper?
There are 6 sheets of paper that are all exactly the same.
Okay, I was gonna ask if they were different or not.
As
Because I was
well
like, if we
as-
need 6 people to do this ritual, we need to find one more and get Red back here.
Red Jake back. There are 11 pages total. 6 of them are the same. And I believe, Norman, you have Latin, right?
I do.
Could you
I
please...
also
Oh,
do.
perfect. Could you give me a Latin roll with a bonus die from our pal Jay?
Let's hope. Okay, it's gonna be a success.
Great.
Let's see what if I can crit. Currently, we are sitting at a 49 out of 51.
Oh, nice.
That is cocked. And that is actually going to be a 19, which is not a critical success, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm going to send everybody the Latin. And Kevin, I'm going to send you the translation that you may, that I will ask you to read to the group.
Oh, spirits. Oh, hold on. Oh, the sound of your music cut out, and I hit my space bar at the same time, so I thought I muted everything. Okay. Okay. Oh, spirits, you I exercise by the power, wisdom, and virtue, by the divine knowledge, by the dark void, by the name of the old ones, the root, trunk, source, and origin of all the other divine names whence they all draw their life and their power. I exercise you by the name... I have no idea what the fuck that says. Nyarlathotep.
Is that the name of the Egyptian guy?
Nyarlathotep.
Signifying the most excellent bringer of wisdom, his majesty so high and brighter than the stars of the void. I exercise you by the most powerful name of Azathoth, the all-powerful, who shall punish the crimes. I exercise you and I command You absolutely, O demon, in whatsoever part of the universe you may be, by the virtue of all these names, hear you and obey.
So you have the Latin of that 6 times now translated by Norman, and that is 6 of the sheets. Another sheet identifies the Latin chant as having been derived from a book called De Vermis Mysterious. It also states that while the original chant detailed the ritual for releasing the spirit trapped inside ancient amber, several words have been replaced, changing the original summoning ritual to one of exorcism so that it may be used to dispel the vile spirit trapped in the attic. One sheet contains a description of a pentagram and says that the symbol must be drawn as part of the ritual, as well as instruction for how to craft it. The final 3 sheets discuss the procedure of the ritual itself, which takes at least 1 hour to perform and must be started at midnight. While at least one person speaks aloud the ritual phrases, another person must draw the pentagram on the floor, while another burns a certain combination of chemicals in a fire nearby. Allen's notes mention that the chemicals resemble a brown powder, which he says he has prepared and stored with these papers in a metal canister ready for use. While one person may perform the ritual chant, the notes recommend that several take part, allowing each individual to occasionally interrupt their chanting without disturbing the overall ritual or its potency. If the chant is continuous, with at least one person reciting the repeating phrases aloud, the spirit must succumb. However, it warns that even the slightest disruption of the chanting may result in failure, requiring another ritual to be performed on a following night. The notes suggest that during the ritual, a watcher be posted, lest the sorcerers be disturbed by the nuisances and distractions of malevolent spirits. Thus, these sheets confirm that a 2-hour ritual using the chant provided begun at midnight will drive off unwanted spirits.
Okay. Well, let's assign roles and perform this exorcism.
I think we all got a chant.
Sure, but one of us needs to lead the chants, and I think it's only appropriate for the Master of Languages to do so.
I can do that.
I trust my abilities to either craft the pentagram or burn the fumes necessary. I could not do both. And I could likely use my expertise in the occult to guide somebody through one of those two while I do the other.
Davey, are we allowed to know like what skills we're about to use?
It's an excellent question.
Could I help with the craft, like before this is started, could I use my occult skill to help prepare the material that needs to be burned so it's more, instead of a kind of occult role, it's more of a, for lack of me not knowing these skills for sure, like a, instead of it being a religion check, it becomes a performance check almost for somebody where I could prepare them for it so it becomes not knowing the ritual, but knowing what to do in the moment of need.
First, let me just ask you guys this. I'm going to give you the option because it's listed here as an optional rule. The ritual may or may not require skills. I'll give you that option.
Wait, so if it doesn't require skills, we just automatically get it right?
No. I
Then
think
I don't understand.
there's likely gonna be other things happening as we're doing the ritual. That's the whole point of someone needs to be talking at all times, right? If something happens to the one person talking, it's gonna fail. Which is why I said we all need to be chanting at the same time.
He stopped talking.
So I do think there will be skill checks, but I don't think they will be related to the ritual if we
Okay.
choose that route. That's
So-
my guess, at least.
Yeah. I think the thing is whatever activity someone is engaged in, I think it's okay. One person should talk the whole time. Like there is a designated chanter where they are doing nothing but talking, in the sense that we do still need people to prepare the pentagram. We do still need people to burn things, and we need people to watch. But I think when those things have started, once the pentagram is complete, once the burning has initiated, then I think those people join in the chant wherever it is at that moment.
Thinking about
I
it,
mean, like we can burn at the same time we chant.
Exactly.
thinking about it that way, I think whoever is doing the consistent chanting needs to have the highest sanity out of all of us to be able to resist the temptation to stop.
Out of 100, I would say mine's probably about 58.
Mine's
I
would-
fine.
I would say I'm about like it's at like a B minus, probably around an 80.
Oh, wow.
I'm sitting at like a maybe 59, just a percentage over our other professor.
One-upping me.
Got to.
That's how I would view like the view of the watcher. It's like making sure somebody who can.
Although, do we think chanting it in the English translation will work, or do we
No,
need to
Latin.
we need to do
Eh,
the Latin?
I would assume it's the
Spiritus
Latin.
vos per potentiam sapientam virtum exerso per setium divinam. I got this.
If we do have to chant it in Latin, the one leading it should probably be the one most proficient in Latin, would be
That's
my
true.
thought.
That would probably be good.
Which I assume is Joseph.
I have 70. If I had to rate myself out of 100, I'd give
Yeah,
myself a 70.
Yeah, I'm like 51%.
I'm like a 1% if it's language other.
I don't care what I do. I think I'll be okay with whatever.
So is this a opt in or opt out of skill rolls?
Ow. I
Opt-
say.
I want to opt in.
Whichever
personally.
one Davey thinks would be more fun.
Nope.
It's more you're telling me you want to roll less dice in a tabletop RPG? I'm going fucking give me those skill checks, baby.
I'm kind of of the same mind, to be honest.
Yeah, give us those skills.
Sorry, Brooklyn, you've been outvoted.
It's fine.
All right.
Beautiful vote.
So, to be conscious of what hour it is, let's quick. Who's going to be doing what, and what would you like to do until midnight when you are to begin the ritual?
I would like to study this like page and try and memorize it as if it were like a text. So if something happens to this page while we are doing the ritual and I lose it, I want to know it from memory. Like I could pick up at any part of this ritual without this page.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Maybe we can quiz each other until midnight.
Yeah. And I think Jesse and I can prep the materials. I think likely the best place for this ritual would be creating the pentagram under the secret latch to the attic. so that way we can kind of pop it open, try to pull this thing into the pentagram, and that's why we're trapping it before expelling it from this world, so we can prep the pentagram, the ritual area, and the burning material.
I will note you do see faint remnants of a pentagram on the dirt floor of the cellar.
Oh,
I mean-
maybe it's down here.
They summoned it from down here. I guess we'll just do it from down here again and just the same thing, but just this different location.
I think that might be good too, because if we summon it right below where it is, if it begins to interrupt the ritual, it's going to do so immediately.
Mhm.
But if we're down here, the Watcher could maybe try and fend it off for a few minutes.
Mhm. Depending and we got here pretty early. It's probably only towards like noon or 1. Like
Yeah.
if I can also, if there's enough time to carve some of those protective runes that we see on the outside of the house, like chisel it into the stairs, into the door frame of down below, and as many places as we can carve a protective sigil into down here, I'd be chucking at every surface I could.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Elias, I think that when it comes down to it, you should be the Watcher because you seem the most on top of this and sane.
It's a question of I think the Latin is more important, unfortunately.
I was thinking, Jesse, you should be the Watcher. You got the hockey stick.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to hit a ghost with a hockey stick.
Demon, not ghost.
Sorry.
And what do you suggest we hit it with?
I just meant like Elias has the most sanity, and so like maybe that will influence like what's happening. But that's fine. I'll be the Watcher.
I think that's why, because I have the most sanity, I should be leading the other parts of the ritual, while the text being spoken is spoken by those most fluent in the language.
So I don't really have anything to prepare for because my thing is just watching, but I don't know Latin. So I'm like trying really hard and I'm sitting with the 2 people who do know Latin to make sure I know how to do this.
Could I make an argument with being a professor and having another professor of linguistics here, that we could do a little Latin lesson to help the 2
Crash
of them?
course.
With,
take
like,
the coal from
with
the
our
stove and I'm
education?
drawing on the wall.
I don't know, with like our education score
Yeah,
or something?
absolutely. I think this is, totally fair. I think that's a great idea. Which one of you is going to be the primary chanter?
Probably.
I think I can take it.
Okay. I'm just gonna, because you opted into the skills, I'm going to tell you the skills ahead of time. Chanting, being the primary chanter, is power.
Oh.
Okay. I'm not bad at power.
Burning the powder is dexterity. And doing the pentagram is either art and craft for drawing or art or something relevant, or occult.
Okay, I will be drawing, I think.
I can maybe do the powder. Jesse, what's your dexterity?
Wait, what was the Watcher?
You don't know. You're watching. You're dealing with anything else that comes. That's what the Watcher
my
does.
dex is my lowest score at 40.
Okay, mine's 65, so I think I should probably take burning the powder.
Okay, then I'll do chanting.
Okay.
I'll draw the pentagram.
So you do a Latin lesson. You throw up some more of those defensive wards. Anything else you would wish to do in this time?
Now might be a time to look in the barn to see if there's like chicken wire or a gun.
Yeah, let's go look in the barn.
The interior of the barn is a strewn mess of rubble. It seems the loft has collapsed down onto the main floor. Whatever shelves or crates were in here have broken, and it is just a mess of shattered wood and glass and old rusted tools. Would anyone like to investigate further?
I
That
look
sounds
for
like tetanus.
I look for gun.
Okay, make a dex roll.
Oh. Oh. Well, I needed a 65 and I got a 69.
That sucks.
Auto
That is
success.
the worst nice ever.
You trip and fall and cut yourself on broken glass and bits of old tools. You suffer 2 points of damage. There are rusted farm tools. There is no sign of a gun, and there is like horse tack, sure, bits of chicken wire that are brittle and rusty. No animals, just some signs of rats, but nothing really of use in the barn.
This may be silly. I'll gather up some of the broken glass. And I will take the broken glass with me, and I will also grab the bag of rusted nails that we found under the stairs.
Okay.
Oh wait, you said there's old tools, right? Can I find a hammer?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna take some of the rusted nails, grab the other part of the broken walking stick, and I'm going to nail them into the broken walking stick so I have a stick with nails.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great idea. For anyone wondering, the item that clubbed you in the head earlier was a table leg from Red Jade.
I will use the table leg. That's probably better. I thought about breaking a table leg. I forgot that there was already one there.
Okay. Great.
I don't know if that'll do anything, but having a nail table leg.
Josh, or Elias, excuse me. Did you say you were carving more of the defensive symbols on the exterior of the house as well?
On the staircase.
Okay, great.
Down to the cellar. I would also, so I would fully unreveal my trench coat, and actually these fancy garbs underneath are priest robes. I've got the little collar thing. And I hang the trench coat so the inside is like outward, and it's a bunch of different holy symbols, like as much protection as somebody who believes in all this shit could have, and I leave it
Nice.
towards the cellar door to whoever is correct, somebody's gonna protect me here. That's what I'm hoping here.
Nice.
But yeah, and then I'm carving it into the wood. I probably have some sort of switchblade or something that I can carve into, or getting a hammer and some sort of screwdriver to chisel general shapes into stone of staircases.
Okay.
I pray.
Of course. Pocket Bible. Joseph?
Can I take some of the ash from that stove in the first room, and in the event that we are dealing with spirits, which is kind of what it talked about, can I spread it on the outside, the landing above the staircase to the basement, so if there was something invisible, we might see footprints in the ash,
Yeah.
very phasmophobia.
We also bought flour and talc powder.
Oh yeah.
How dare you mention phasmophobia at 9:30 at night to me?
I
Additionally,
always die in that game.
you probably at some point open up the cigar box that you found in the trunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Which contains a small metal canister with a coarse brown powder. and a
Oh.
small wooden box with a sliding lid. In the box is a silvery, shining powder. Those are your two powders you have.
I would say, can I use either based on what we read? I'm guessing the brown powder is for the lighting, the fire, and then the silver is the dust of Ibn Ghazi. Do I need to make a check for that, or is that something we can really deduce here?
In the sake of expediency, you are correct.
Yes! Guys, I know my shit. Not that none of you would have definitely come to that exact same conclusion
Never.
if you simply
Never.
talked first and louder.
You begin the ritual.
O sempris vos pertilem.
Since most of the ritual is currently taking place in the basement, right?
Yep.
Okay. But the burnings happen in the fireplace upstairs.
Yep.
So would it make sense for me to have both powders just in case something starts coming out of the attic and I can throw it at it?
Are we able to is there enough to split it between an upstairs and a downstairs party?
Sure.
Cool. I'll have part of it, you'll have part of it in case depending on where it happens.
Now, I need an occult roll to draw pentagram from Elias. A power roll from Jay. And a dex roll from Norman.
Don't fail.
All right. Needing a 70 or less. Elias, a 29.
Needing
Hell
a
yeah.
65 or less. A 15.
Hell yeah.
Needing a 60 or less. 89. I fucking can't!
Jay, you may push the roll. The consequence will come from the djinn.
Okay.
Robert
I feel like I need to
2.0.
succeed, so...
Robert Menschken. Who here's Harold? If you're Robert, who's Harold? Dibs.
I did much better. I got a 13 this time.
Yes!
Hell yeah.
Yes!
That's what we like to hear.
My first successful roll at 9:30 at night.
Wait, and was that over a 70? What's your power?
Over a 60.
Ah,
So I didn't get my fifth.
Almost.
But pretty close.
And Jesse, you are watching.
I'm watching.
The first 20 minutes of the ritual go smoothly. Jesse's in the chair in the corner. The first 20 minutes go smoothly. You mark out the pentagram and maintain it. You burn the powder at the appropriate moments. Then you hear it. A scratching, a shuffling, coming from above you, the unexplored attic of the farmhouse. Within moments, you hear this awful howling, interspersed by grunts and foul curses spoke in guttural voices. The farmhouse sways and creaks above you, sudden jolts shaking it to the foundation. Objects fall from the shelves and roll across the floor. I need all of you to make a sanity roll.
needing a 79, I got a 90.
Ooh.
I'll pass.
1!
Hey!
1!
I dropped my tens die. One.
Elias, you lose 1 point of sanity.
10.
Okay. The violence and noise continues for a while and then is followed by a terrible odor creeping down from the attic. Thick, stinking ooze begins to drip from the ceiling and down the walls. Please make a luck roll.
Is that everybody?
Everyone.
Okay.
What if I still don't believe?
I hate rolling in a box because I roll it and it's not cocked and I don't know the result.
Now, can luck? I know I don't have this here, but can luck be a critical success?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Maybe? I don't know. It's not
50.
relevant to this role in particular.
52 under 65.
35 under 60.
7 under 45.
Wow.
10.
Wow. Good for you, everybody. This ooze splatters and drips down, but you manage to avoid being caught in the splat. You continue chanting. Now it's been over half an hour, and the noises go scarily silent. Watcher, Jesse, can you please make a listen roll?
Ooh, okay. Nope.
No? Okay.
No, not even close.
Sounds good. The ritual continues on. Each of the three of you now in the chant, while also maintaining the pentagram and throwing powder when appropriate. Jesse tensed, hockey stick at the ready. All of you hear a voice. Elias Danforth. Elias Danforth. Elias Danforth. And with heavy steps, off balance, Red Jake totters back into the house. His chest a bloody cavity, eyes glossed, dead. But he is coming right towards you.
So I can do something?
Yes, first I need you to make a sanity roll, please.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, we're down to 78. Come on.
78 is still
26.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I was like, pow, it's like if I go insane, great. I'm gonna give myself every goddamn opportunity I can.
Yeah. I have 82 over 60.
86 over 60.
Or actually 82 over 58. But
I didn't get it.
Over 59.
Okay. If you succeeded, you lose 1 point of sanity. Jesse, the Watcher, knowing that you need to defend everyone from this threat, you lose 6 sanity.
ah! Way to go, Watcher.
Wait, what about those of us who failed?
Oh, did you fail as well, Kevin?
Yes.
You also lose 6.
Oh, do I also? I also failed.
I'm the only one.
Wow, I did a bad job listening. I thought all of you succeeded except for Jesse.
No, it's really hard to like communicate. I'm not like trying to say over under. It's hard to communicate like the levels.
Sorry, I should have said failed.
Okay, well, if you fail, you lose 6. If you succeed, you lose 1.
Hey, this ain't the first
Okay.
undead summoning ritual that's gone haywire for me.
Now, Jesse, we are entering
Yes.
the equivalent of initiative for Call of Cthulhu, which works very different than many of the other games we've experienced. What is your dexterity score?
Bad. 40.
Well, okay, Jake is dead, so I can't imagine his is that good. Let me see. Yeah, you are faster. You are more dexterous than a corpse, so you get to go first.
Okay.
In a combat situation, sorry, I'm just going to go over this really quickly. In a combat situation, rounds do not have a set time. They take, and I quote, long enough for everyone to take one significant action. What is a significant action, you might say?
What is a significant action, Davey?
Well, the rules didn't tell me. Yeah, which is really fun. Talked a lot about attacking, but other things that you could do would perhaps be disarming an opponent, knocking an opponent to the floor, grappling an opponent in place. That's the best that I could glean of what a significant action is.
Can we continue chanting, or would that be considered a significant action?
That is your significant action.
So someone every round needs to chant.
Yep. Right now, just Jesse is acting, but afterwards, if someone else would like to stop chanting, they may.
Okay.
Jesse, what would you like to do?
Well, I've got one job here, and it's to make sure the other three don't stop what they're doing. I don't know what the hell his plan is, and I'm really freaked out by seeing this. I look up at the sky and I said, God help me with this evil. And then I fucking run at Jake, and I, with my hockey stick, try to take his knees so he can't move towards them.
Okay, so you are
So
trying
trying to bash his knees in.
So the
So-
kneecap is the puck.
Are you more
Yeah.
so trying to attack or just keep him at distance?
Is attack brawl?
Yes, attack is brawl.
What would keeping at a distance be?
Also brawl.
I think I'm trying to attack. I think I'm trying to incapacitate him, and so that he can't get further.
Okay. Now, when an attack is made, you roll your fighting brawl skill, and the target of the attack has their choice of also rolling the same skill or dodging. You may, if they choose to fight back, which is the fighting skill, the brawl skill, whoever rolls higher is the one who deals damage. So by attacking, you are also opening yourself to danger.
Ooh.
All right.
Higher for the first time. Higher is better.
Okay. So I rolled
sorry,
first
higher
my
level-
D100.
Sorry, I misspoke. Higher level of success, like a
Oh.
yeah.
So still golf.
Yeah, D100 is correct. Yes.
33.
Okay, you succeed in trying to fight back the zombified red Jake, the walking corpse with just this